Buenos dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a motherfucking smack at it. Bye up, bye up. In a menudo style and direct fashion, we're going to get straight to the content of the day. But before we do, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Ding! Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun is kicking. I appreciate the support, man. Very much so. Thank you. I'm very humbled by it. So let's talk Lefty Gunplay again, right? So yesterday I did a video, man. Thank you for all the support I got on the video, first and foremost. And the video pertained to Lefty Gunplay's prison paperwork being exposed. But what was really exposed? And what's got people tripping out? Because I'm not tripping. Are you tripping? I'm not. You know, how long a person did in prison doesn't affect me, nor does it affect you, right? I really could care less. You know, as long as the person is safe and not sorry, it's all good. But there's a lot of people that are utilizing this paperwork to go in on Lefty Gunplay. Why? What exactly did Lefty Gunplay do that was so bad that people are going to hate him even more so than they already hate him? Okay, he's probably the most hated on rapper on the West Coast right now. Why? What has he done to deserve this? Now, I understand that his attitude towards Norteños from up north has been a little precarious, right? It's been a little bit off. He did disrespect. He did create division. He did that. But that was early into his career, like say a year ago. Since then, he's been a little bit more quiet and a little bit more about his business. So I believe with that aspect going on, Lefty Gunplay deserves a little acknowledgement, right? Now, he is on the #1 album in the world. Okay, 4 words: crazy, scary, sneaky, hilarious. Sneaky, right? That's the word. The word sneaky stands out to me because people think that he was being sneaky and diabolical in what he did and what he said to get him into the position he's in now. I don't think that's the case. I think Lefty Gunplay is an anomaly. He was in the right place at the right time with the right paint job, just like Wes Watson. Now, I know Dubs is going to be doing a video today. Make sure you guys tap in. And it's going to be a good video, and it's going to be a comparison because people are starting to make comparisons to Lefty Gunplay and Wesley Montano Watson. Are they one and the same? Does one lie change the difference? You know, is one lie greater than another lie? To me, all lies are the same. It is what it is, right? But when it comes to the rap game, do you truly and honestly believe everything these guys say? Do you really believe they're out there up in the pole and smacking some shit? No, I didn't think so. I don't, and I'm sure you don't, right? But a lot of people love gangster rap or this barrio music, this Chicano rap, because at the end of the day, man, it makes them feel good about themselves, or it makes them feel good about being in the hood or whatever, for whatever reason. I like gangster rap music just because it takes me back in the days into an era when real gangster shit was happening. Okay, but, you know, when you're dealing with people like Lefty Gunplay, I don't perceive them as being the ultimate super gangster. He can say he's the world's most famous gangbanger, and to tell you the truth, he pretty much is the world's most famous gangbanger right now. Now, I've never liked the word gangbanger. Never liked it. To me, it sounded sexual. I just didn't like it. You know, that's what I think when I think about banging. You know, gang member, didn't really care for it either. Part of a barrio and just being one of the soldados, that was more up my alley. No, not like Wes Watson up his alley, right? But up my alley. And I appreciated the fact that we were recognized in the barrio and the hoods as being somebody. Now, it took a lot to get there. Okay, you're just not born into a barrio and respected. You have to earn your respect. And regardless of what anyone wants to say about Lefty Gunplay, in his barrio, he has respect. He's allowed to go and come as he pleases into his neighborhood. His homeboys rock with him from his barrio. He's very well respected. So it doesn't matter about any paperwork being dropped or anyone trying to make, light of Lefty Gunplay's situation. The fact is, he's never lied about where he was at. He might have put a little salsa on the tacos when it comes to how much time he did But let's just say that the Vato went to school. So the Vato's just rounding off. Hey, 7 years is close to 10. Fuck it. He's going to do it like that. Now, does it mean anything? He said he was in Pelican Bay. He was in Pelican Bay. He said he was known for keeping the whip, the firearm on him. He has several cases that indicate that. And I want to reiterate what Dub said yesterday in his video. I caught it and I was like, you know what? It's something to speak on. Usually, people that carry weapons around, they do it for one or two reasons. They do it because they feel it's protection. They feel better with it. It's better to have it than not have it, right? But most guys that come from barrio hoods, grew up that way, only carry weaponry around if they're willing to use it, if they're going to utilize it, right? And I believe, honestly, we don't know what happened behind the scenes with Lefty Gunplay, whether he used weapons or he didn't. And I'm glad to say that he never got caught up in a situation where he did. Now, he did say that, he got his name or he got his case was for shooting up a party. And, that right there in itself is a bald-faced lie because that's not the truth. But at the end of the day, how does it affect me and you? Does it mean that I think he's a worse rapper than I think he is already? No. Does it mean that it's going to change my perception of him? It's not like I'm out there chilling with the guy personally, right? A situation like that just really holds no bearing to me. But for him to be compared to like Wes Watson and Stolen Valor and things of that nature, people are just taking it too far. Just taking it too far. Let the kid maintain and make his money. Let Lefty Gunplay get his shine on. We don't need to continue to fall into the barrel, the crabs in a barrel approach or crabs in a bucket approach of everyone piggybacking on this guy and going in on him. We have enough to worry about with what's going on in this world than to worry about if Lefty Gunplay did more than a couple years than he said he did. He was in Pelican Bay. And it's no joke to be in Pelican Bay. I myself never made it into the Pelican Bay shoe. Lefty Gunplay did. Respect for that one because I'm sure it was a crazy, scary, sneaky, hilarious situation. Now, for those that don't believe anything Lefty says from this point on, that's totally up to you. My observation on the whole situation is Lefty Gunplay did what any other rapper would do and put a little salsita on the taquitos. That's it, little guacamole. There's content creators every day that make videos that twist the narrative up to bring more entertainment value, and people suck it up with a super straw. You can only be so real. You don't judge a man by the content of his content. You judge him by the content of his character. Now, with Lefty, he's never really lied about situations. When he was asked about the drug usage, he admitted it. When he's asked about, doubling back and apologizing to gang members, he admits it. He's going to have a bad rap because there's a lot of people that have hatred in their heart for him because either they're from the other side and they just don't like his come up, or it's because he's disrespected people in the past and they have a legit reason to not like him. But at the end of the day, the paperwork that Rascal pulled on him, all that it showed was the cases that he had done and the time that he had done. Now, it didn't math up to his math. But did you ever in your mind think that Lefty Gunplay's math was ever mathing? We've all known that he put a little too much on it. His timelines changed from podcast to podcast. But I was really never concerned with how much time he did because I know the places he's been and I know how dangerous. 1 minute in Pelican Bay is a dangerous situation. That's all it takes. And he survived that. Does he get a big old applause for surviving Pelican Bay? No. So many other people have survived Pelican Bay as well and other prisons that were just as dangerous. Was Pelican Bay the most dangerous prison? No, not on the main line. Okay, it was not as dangerous as people think. There's other prisons more notorious like High Desert, Salinas Valley, Centinela, Calipatria, so many more that are very dangerous as well. Is that belittling what Lefty Gunplay did? Who gives a fuck about prison? Who in their right mind is really out here caring about how much time another grown man did? Not me, not Rascal, not Dubs, not you, most definitely. You know, Rascal decided to put out that paperwork to show the gente exactly what truth is and what untruth is. Not to hate, not to disrespect, not to belittle a man, but just to show the people that were interested answers can be obtained. And that was that, plain and simple. You know, there's a channel. And I said I wasn't going to talk about this guy, and I'm not going to even mention him by name, but he has hate in his heart. He's a hater, right? And lives in a world. And this guy did a live last night, and his whole live was going in on Rascal about the fact that he involved himself in pulling up the paperwork of a Southsider. Okay? Straight division. You don't have the right, he said, as a Northerner to pull paperwork on a Southsider. Well, let me explain something to you, buddy. Buddy Wuddy. When you are locked up in the California Department of Corrections, if there is someone bad on that yard and another Ranfla, another ethnicity, another group has the paperwork, they are going to forward that to his people. They are going to let his people know, hey, this Vaulto's dirty in the game right here. Why? Because they share the commonality of that yard. They share the commodity of that yard, right? And on that yard, there will be no POS present. There will be no basura, no garbage, right? So if you realize that someone from the other side has a bad case or something's wrong with them or there's paperwork that just isn't mathing, then you bring that up to his gente, his people, and you push it to him. Now, this is YouTube. And on YouTube, everyone has their own lane in content creation. So if someone's lane is showing the legalities of things and showing you how a public figure, man, just isn't adding up correctly, what's wrong with it? It's not a North or South thing. Okay, I've seen Rascal pull paperwork on Northerners just as quick as he'll do guys from the Southern side. See, there is no division. There's none of that anymore. In prison, the North and South, believe me, are pulling paperwork together. They're eating spreads together. They're functioning on the yards together. They're having days of unity together. You just got to just realize, bro, the content you're pushing, oh hater guy, is slanderous, and it means nothing. It means caca. Because at the end of the day, your own gente, well, I won't even say your own gente because I don't know how they feel about you, but people from the Southern side and people from the Northern side are doing their thing together behind the walls. They're participating in shenanigans, doing removals, handling business, drinking pisto. There's a lot of shit going on that would have never been happened in the past, but this is the present and it's going down. So to cause division on YouTube, what does that make you? Makes you a comadre and a soca, because at the end of the day, it doesn't mean shit. Those that are really active and participating in the program are participating right alongside of the opposition. So when I seen this live, I was like, wow, this guy is doing anything. He's utilizing Lefty Gunplay's name to cause division between North and South. When Lefty Gunplay himself has already apologized to the Norteno movement for any disrespectful words that he said in the past. And that's that. You know, it's not Rascal stirring the pot to show that Northerners have any more superiority towards Southside. It's nothing like that. You know, Lefty Gunplay is not perceived as a Southsider to anyone outside of the Southsider community. He is perceived as a rapper, a West Coast rapper that actually made it onto a song with the #1 rapper in the world right now. And he said the words crazy, scary, sneaky, hilarious. I know it's spooky. I'm just playing. I'm just taking a little subliminal. Anyways, right? At least I'm man enough to admit it. When you create a live and the whole live is based upon lies and division and distraction and trying to hate on an individual who just brought some facts, you know, what does that say about your character when just not even a month and a half ago, you got put out there and put on the whooping board and whooped by your unk, you know? So it just makes no sense to keep this division going. You know, look, If you want to speak for the Southsiders, you want to speak for what they believe in, you want to speak for them, that's righteous. Do your thing. But have some facts behind it. Don't try to twist the narrative and say, oh, these Northerners, they have no right to make a Southerner look bad. He never made him look bad. The fact of the matter is that Vato lying in his interviews made his own self look bad. Period. That's just the truth. It's a simple math equation. 1 + 1 equals done. And that's it. So, as far as will Lefty Gunplay bounce back from this, there's nothing to bounce back from. He did nothing that any other of your favorite rappers didn't do before, and that's he's a storyteller. He's a poet. He elaborates, right? He sometimes he says a little something that ain't truth. There's no truth behind it. But that doesn't mean that a lot of the things that he did say were untrue. He did get caught with a lot of weapons. He did go to Pelican Bay. He did do more time than a lot of people watching this shit right now did. Does it make him more of a man than you? No. It just means he did what he did. And then in some cases, there were some lies that were told. Some untruths. I hate to say the word lies because I don't think he meant it like that. I think he just was going when he's going. That's just like me, man. When I tell my stories, oh, the timeline don't add up. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you're telling a story and you remember something that you didn't remember in the last story. Oh, that shit changed up all of a sudden. All of a sudden I remembered. Or all of a sudden I forgot. It's just the way it is. So I don't hate on Lefty Gunplay whatsoever. I don't disrespect that man. I call it like I see it. If he's J-catting out, if his fingers are all twisted, if he's looking all fucking sconted out, I'm going to say, damn, Vato's doing dirt bad right now at this point. If the Vato was up and he's making money and he's on #1 songs in the world, I'm going to say, damn, he did that. I'm not going to hate on him whatsoever, but I'm definitely not going to be the man having a podcast and the whole time try to cause division and make it a North and South thing. It has nothing to do with North and South, man. Lefty Gunplay, his paperwork was exposed and some things just didn't add up. Is that going to make people not fuck with him? Maybe a few, but people are not messing with him because of how much time he did in Pelican Bay. They're not listening to his songs because of, how many guns he carried. They're listening to his music because they appreciate the beat. I don't know if they necessarily appreciate the lyrics because they're all the same, Baby Mama and Up the Pole, right? But they, for whatever reason, they support Lefty Gunplay just like I do. I don't support him because of his rap music. He can't rap word shit. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Period. I could out-rap him on a worse day and I'm not even a rapper. That's how I feel. That's what I know. Okay? But he's getting it. And I support a young Mexicano getting it. Now, I know you're going to say, well, he's not Mexican. I say, I don't care. I don't care, man. He's from a Mexican gang. He claims to be Mexican. I'm going to run with that. I'm not going to sit here and make it a racial thing. I'm not going to make it a North and South thing like other people do. I'm going to make it a real thing. And I think as brown people, we have to get behind that young man because he is opening doors for the raza and showing that we can be on the #1 album in the world. Let's ride with them. Let's ride with them to the Pacific, to be specific. Right? Let's get it. As far as the comparisons with him and Wes Watson, two different individuals, two different animals. Wes Watson believes his lies. He lies to manipulate people for money. Lefty Gunplay told a few untruths to make him seem bigger and badder than he really is. Not to say that he won't up the pole and handle his business, and he probably has a gang of baby mamas. But at the end of the day, how does it hurt? I know in this day and era, this day and age that we're living in this era, it's all about realism and being real. Being real gets you killed all the time. I see it happen. Guys think they're real. Guys think that they're tough. Like Wes Watson, pull up, and then someone does pull up. Yeah, he might have got the upper hand this time with weaponry, allegedly, and an assisted kick from a friend. But what about when it's not? What about when he's got the short end of the stick and it's up in his asshole? It's going to be all bad, right? That's where realisms get you caught up. Now, of course, we don't want someone who's fake as fuck out there pushing a narrative that they're really not part of. Hater guy, right? But at the same time, with Lefty Gunplay, so what if he told a few little lies? It doesn't change the fact that he's on an album. Doesn't change the fact that he's making more money than you and I. It just doesn't change. Nothing. And I don't think no one's going to trip off of it. But you do have individuals that are pushing narratives, that are hating, that are trying to make it into something that it isn't. And what it isn't is tearing that man down because he's from the South Side. I don't give a fuck what side he's from, to tell you the truth. It doesn't matter. If he was a Northerner, I'd say, hey, guess what, Esse? What, eh? You can't rap worth shit. Damn, why are you going to do the homie like that? You ain't my homie. You know what I mean? I support your endeavors and shit, but you just can't rap. You know, and if it was a Northerner that was lying about, oh, I did this time, or I did this much time, or I did that time, and Josh chose to put him on blast, then it'd just be a Northerner put on blast. Lefty Gunplay is not perceived by Josh, myself, Dubs, any of these guys as a big Southside gang member pushing that movement. He's perceived to us as a rapper who's on a #1 album in the world, who's a public figure, who, just like anyone else, can be exposed. Okay, right or wrong, it is what it is. But best believe, Mr. Hater Guy, it wasn't because of some type of hatred or animosity in Josh's heart that he chose Lefty Gunplay, because he's got some shit he's working out behind the scenes. That's gonna be another public figure. You know, it's just things like that happen. That's his lane. Like I say, he's the legal beagle of YouTube, man, and he knows his shit. He's very educated, and he's gonna continue to air shit out, and I respect it. And we can't do nothing but respect it. Now, I'm not gonna say just because he said it, it's pura, but he doesn't have to say it. He has paperwork to show it. Legal as fuck. You know, so for the guys that try to make it into a North and South thing, stop. You know, I'm sure Lefty wouldn't appreciate it because he's not tripping off that shit no more. He's getting paper. You know, is he even going to respond to these allegations Probably not. He didn't respond to bans. I'm sure he won't respond to this. But at the end of the day, man, stop playing daddy. Stop trying to play stepdaddy and speak for Lefty and say that this is propaganda because a Norteno put it out there. What if a Southsider put it out there? What would you say then? We're supposed to spread, homie? Come on, bro. Let's keep it real. North and South, we're all brown. Stop letting weasels like that dude cause division. Hating. Constantly. Oh, this Vato's no good. This Vato's from up north. This Vato's... Bro, you've never even been around in Norteno. You don't even know what time it is. Ask Dopey. Ask Conejo. Ask Baldacci. Ask these real Southsiders that have really been around Norteños what they think. And they'll tell you it's just the other side of the coin, and it's all respect. With that being said, man, I'm going to let this one go right here. Thank you guys for all the support. I appreciate it. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Hey, guess what, haters world? Heavy is the head that wears the crown, man. You know, no disrespect to you personally, but you're causing division, and I don't see why. You're not going to get extra views from it. You're not going to get extra brownie points from it, extra stripes from it. You're just going to have Vato saying, damn, won't this Vato get over it? You've never even participated in North and South Pleito. You have never even raised your hands to a Northerner, bro. Why do you hate him so much? What's your issue? This is 2025, bro. You have enemy. Well, I don't know your Vato, but you have enemigos all around you, and you're hating on Vato 1,000 miles away. God damn, get over it, eh? Fuck.